Most coaching and self-help efforts get stuck for one really simple reason. We try to fix the problem at the level it shows up. We zero in on the behavior, the action we're taking. But the real block, the real opportunity for change is almost always sitting quietly one level above.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? You decide you're going to be more consistent or more organized. And for a week, maybe two, it works. And then, somehow, you just slip right back into the old patterns. It is so frustrating, and it's because we're trying to fix the symptom, not the actual root cause.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. When we only scrape at the surface, the problem gets smart. It just finds new ways to hang around. So to really, truly get unstuck, we need a different approach. We need a map, one that shows us how to work on the right level, the one that creates change that actually lasts.
Well, guess what? That map exists. It's this incredibly powerful framework that I've seen create these massive shifts, not just for individuals, but for entire teams. It's called the logical levels of change.
So, this was developed by a guy named Robert Dilts, and it basically gives us a structured way to understand the different layers of our own experience. You can almost think of it as a hierarchy of influence over our lives.
And this pyramid is the perfect way to visualize it. Down at the bottom, we have the really concrete external parts of our lives. But as we move up, the levels get more internal, more about who we are. And this is the crucial part. They get way more powerful in creating change.
Okay, so let's just quickly walk up the levels, starting from the bottom. First, you've got your environment. That's the where and when. Right above that is your behavior, what you're actually doing. Then come your capabilities, your skills, how you do things. Next up, and this is a big one, your beliefs and values, the why behind it all. That leads us to identity, your deep sense of who you are. And right at the very top is purpose, your connection to something bigger than yourself.
So why is this pyramid such a game changer? Well, it's not just a random list, it's a system. And each level has this profound influence on everything that's sitting below it.
And this is the golden rule of the whole framework. Get this, and you get everything. You see, you can change your environment or your behavior, and it might not do a thing to your beliefs. But if you change your identity, your beliefs, your capabilities, your behaviors, they have no choice but to start shifting to fall in line with that new identity.
You can really see the difference right here. Trying to force a new behavior just on its own, it feels like pushing a giant boulder uphill. It's just a constant struggle. But when you shift a belief or your identity, say you go from I'm a procrastinator to I'm the kind of person who gets things done, well, suddenly that new behavior just starts to feel natural. It follows you instead of you having to push it.
Which brings us to the whole point. Real, lasting change isn't about correcting your behavior. It's about identity clarification. Once you get crystal clear on who you are and who you're becoming, your actions they have to catch up.
Okay, so theory is great, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's dive into a case study I think you'll find really interesting.
So we have a head of product at a tech company. She's brilliant, incredibly capable, but she is completely and totally overwhelmed. Her team is growing, priorities are shifting, and her old way of doing things just isn't working anymore.
Now, a typical coach might just stop at the behavior and capability levels, right? Give her some time management hacks, teach some delegation strategies, and sure, they did that stuff. But the real breakthrough, the absolute game changer, happened at the identity level. She shifted from seeing herself as the expert who has to do everything to an empowering leader who develops others. And that one single shift, wow, it unlocked everything else.
And what was the measurable result of all this deep, multi-level work? Well, after just 3 months, her team's engagement scores shot up by a whopping 25%.
And why? Why such a big jump? Because her new identity as an empowerer naturally led to behaviors that built trust, that created clarity. The change was real, and it actually stuck, because it wasn't just a surface-level behavior change. It was an identity change from the inside out.
Okay, so what does this all mean for you? How can you take this powerful idea and apply it to the challenges you're facing in your own life? Well, it all comes down to the kind of questions you ask yourself.
We are all conditioned to ask the question on the left. It's all about action. What should I do? But the truly transformative question, the more powerful one, is on the right. It shifts your focus from just the task to your own evolution. It connects what you do to who you are becoming.
And that is the heart of it right there. Don't just focus on doing things differently. Focus on seeing yourself differently. Because when you change your awareness of who you are, your actions don't have a choice. They have to follow. Your entire life starts to reorganize itself around that new reality.
So I'll leave you with this challenge. Think of an area in your life where you feel stuck or blocked. Now ask yourself honestly, what level am I trying to solve this on? Am I stuck in the weeds of behavior? And what might change? What might open up if you just moved one level higher? What if, instead of asking, what should I do differently, you started asking, who am I becoming? That question, just that one question alone, can shift everything.